We each got cold plunges this week. We brought Andy's to his house to set it up today. We got it upstairs up the elevator. We filled it with buckets of water because you don't have a hose.
Which took 60 minutes.
To take 1 hour of just walking back and forth.
And then what happened?
We went to plug it in outside. It's important to mention that as soon as we got here, you're like, I wonder if that fucking outlet works. We should test that. And then we filled it with fucking...
I said it, because it needs an outlet. We put it on my balcony. It needs an outlet. There's an outlet right there. We checked. Okay, there's an outlet. But before we got here, I was like, I wonder if the outlet works. We didn't decide to check it. And then we filled it with 40 gallons of water, and now it won't move.
You might be low balling at 40.
Oh, now it won't move. It's stuck there with no power.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
You're a fucking pussy, dude. You're such a pussy, dude. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Trade Up Podcast.
Two dipshits can't get a cold plunge right. I'm excited to cold plunge, y'all.
I am too. I can't fucking... I'm doing it tomorrow morning. I'm going home and doing mine as soon as I get home. I might stop and get a couple bags of ice, too, to accelerate the process. I might do it at 10 o'clock tonight.
You know how you were talking about people that walk around life with no inner monologue? They don't have thoughts about things. They just walk around like zombies.
Yeah.
And they fucking pay attention to Taylor Swift and Justin
Have you ever
Bieber.
heard about people who don't have... like, in their mind, they don't, like, think in... They call it an inner monologue. Like, you have a conversation with yourself about what you're thinking about. There's, like, a staggering percentage of the population who don't have that. And they just, like, you talk to them, and they're just like, yeah. So I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was like, this is how, like, pop music acts become so big is because those percentage of people, they play, like, very catchy, like, kind of like songs that lack a little bit of substance. But just when you're a fucking airhead, you hear it, and you're like... So you just pack a stadium full, and Britney Spears has 60,000 people watching her, and she's out of her fucking mind.
Well, I was thinking about that. They fucking go through life as zombies, like, oh,
into shit.
Yeah. But at the same time, am I any better? There's a few people on the internet that I trust for my health knowledge, and if they tell me to do anything, I just fucking do it.
Dude, you could.
I don't even consider it. I'm like, hydrogen water, that's good. That's good for you. All right, I need it.
You could get
game me cold plunge.
You could get talked into eating rocks.
Only from
if Andrew Huberman said eating rocks it improves your vision, dude, you would be fucking out of teeth, dude.
He's got to start doing that, dude.
Fucking with people?
Yeah, just like something crazy for like 6 months and then come out and be like, nah, I was just playing, guys. That's fucking stupid.
That's terrible.
People be opening up businesses, selling it on Instagram, because that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Now I get Instagram ads for hydrogen water.
Yeah, that's what we got to start doing. Wait for Huberman to say something and just start fucking selling freezers to dumbasses. Mm-hmm. That's an old one, though. That's not even just like his thing. The cold play. What's that?
No, Tony Robbins has been on that shit forever.
Yeah, but who's the guy who lives his life by it?
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof?
Wim Hof.
Hof or Hof? Who gives a fuck?
Wim Hof.
That guy's chilly as hell. That's what they call him. They call him Chilly Wim Hof.
You know what I wanted to talk about today?
I can't wait.
How two dipshits from a suburb in Philadelphia have a realistic possibility of, like, I used to say I didn't want a $100 million roofing company.
Yeah.
Those exact words, I used to say that.
I used to agree.
Yeah, I used to say that all the time. And now it's like I'm almost expecting it to where, like, I see the path to get there. I know what we have to do. Not that it'll be easy, but I see a reasonable path. And now I'm at this point, I'm expecting that if we just continue, it's going to happen. And it's fucking crazy because I used to say I don't want that. But now I see how you would accomplish it and how it would get put together and how it would go the next 5 years, how to make it happen.
It was like, I don't know, the first or second episode, you were like, where do you see us in 5 years? I'm coming up on 3 years. Actually, 3 years.
I think you said like 20 million. I was fucking insulted.
But I said a couple other things. I said maybe we're building houses, maybe we're doing, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I was like, realistically, whatever the fuck we're doing is what we're going to be doing. Uh-huh. To answer your question, I don't think we're as big a dipshits as you and I say we are. Nobody else calls us dipshits. We just look at each other like, you're fucking dumb, dude. You're dumb. I really do think
dude, I'm definitely not a dipshit.
Oh, wow. Throwing around the term definitely a little.
But I we were fucking dumb kids. I didn't have anything going for me, my whole life. I had some natural God-given talent, I would say, but I was a fuck up. I had no momentum in anything up until like 24 years old. I just had no life, basically. you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Dude, that's fucking normal, I think. Dude, sometimes there are bad kids who are just like dopey, drug addict dumbasses. They don't have an inner monologue. And then there's kids who are bored as shit with corny shit, and they're like, I just want to go have fun.
Yeah.
I think we were those kids more than like the fucking drip nut, can't think fucking drug addicts.
But there's also something to it that I was gaining no like real world experience. I was gaining no skills. I wasn't maturing as an adult that could perform in the professional world.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in my car, taking showers at the beach.
You were living, bro.
You know? Nah, it's just fucking crazy. And then the other thing I've been noticing recently is early on in my entire career, having a business, my motivation was always like running away from who I was, and just like running from who I used to be and trying to get somewhere else. And like that was the thing that like pushed me and made me work hard. And then I kind of like clearly ran away from that successfully and wasn't worried about ever going back there again. And I lost a little bit of my my edge, and I started celebrating a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now I feel like I'm fucking running towards something, and it's way different. I feel way different. Like this morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. because like allergies were fucking with me, and I just started thinking about my day, and I shot up like a maniac, and I was in the office by like 4:50. Just
yeah,
like
you
working.
possess something that I don't know anybody else with. Like there are people I've known people who like go after shit. Like you see them and you're like, all right, yeah, but like you're like a fucking nut, dude.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good for everybody around you.
I try to watch the intensity sometimes around the office folks. I try my best. I know I can feel when I'm like making it a little tense though.
Yeah.
Because it's like on to this thing. What are you doing? What is this? What do you think about this? Hey, did you do this?
I can tell when you're really in your shit when you're mentioning me in contacts of mine on job numbers at like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, he wants a roof so bad right now. I said it to Bridget this morning.
Yeah.
It was like 6:30, and I got a notification, and it was about the neighbor who bailed or whatever, but they were adjoined. And I was like, oh, God. She's like, what? I was like, fucking he's just trying to find a roof in my contacts right now.
Well, this morning specifically and lately, like recently, I've been trying to figure out a way how to make sure everyone's doing their job as quick as possible and then work on my own shit. Because my own shit is like the big shit. Like today I was writing, I'm like writing out the manual for the admin. Because the new girl starts on Monday, and I'm like thinking about like phone call scripts when people call. If someone says this, you should do this. How to add the contact, what to do. Like I'm like typing it all out for it. But dude, all that shit is how you grow a 9-figure company. You have clear systems for every single person in the company, and like, dude, this is what you do. This is exactly what you do, and it's thought of from the top. So like I'm telling them like, and I have the thought like, all right, well if the homeowner says like, can you just email me a quote? This is what you say, because we don't really want to do that. You say, well, regardless if you don't want to meet a person or not, we're still going to have to come out and inspect your roof because every roof's different, and we want to give you a quote that's going to be right for your house, the right solution for your house. So we're still going to have to come out there. Even if you don't want to have an appointment, that's fine. Would you like us to go whenever we want, or would you like us to schedule that with you? And then that does two things. One, it gives her a second thought about scheduling an appointment. And two, it lets us do an inspection so that while everyone else is emailing generic quotes, we're emailing quotes with photos, and this is what you need, and this is what you have going on here. So even if we do email it, it helps. But if that's on paper, the admin doesn't have to be a superstar. She just was given the right thing to say because we gave it to her to say, and this is how we do it.
Right. Everyone's jobs are becoming more that, like...
systems.
Yeah, we did too much of everything. Like you actually had to say something to me at the end of the year last year. You're like, dude, you can't just have contacts who you know are lost in your head. Like everybody has to see that they're lost. They have to be moved.
Yeah.
But like that's how we did it for the first year and a half I was here.
Well,
now it's a year and a half later, and I corrected it, but I didn't even think about it until you said it.
Well, if you notice, every time we bring a new person in that's recent, they fucking fall in line to the systems, and they're like in the fucking military.
And it's easy as shit.
Right, but like when we were starting, we all did everything. We're fucking winging everything, so it was harder to mold the old people into the new shit than it was for the new people just coming in like,
well, that's because
this is how I do it? Okay, perfect. And it's fucking cake.
Yeah, the workflow of it is easy. It's very fucking simple. You go to your appointment, you come back, you send your estimate, you move your contact over, then you follow up, then you move your contact over, then you sign them up or they're lost, and that's it.
Yeah, but dude, that's the difference between just a normal small business and then a business that can fucking scale is like all those systems and the detail and like how well you think it out. And like the automations in the CRM, like when this person gets moved here, the system automatically gives a task to this person to do this. Like everything's fucking automated. And that stuff is cool. I get fucking pumped up.
When it works.
Yeah, when you build a new system or a new automation and you're like, oh, this is going to make this part way easier. But dude, that's how you get to $100 million and beyond. You have the best systems ever, and then it just turns into like a training hiring machine once you acquire other businesses.
Yeah, and you just keep bossing people up to manager, and they just train, and eventually you don't touch anything.
That's why I asked you today that there's a lot of things about Fox Haven's culture that are out of the ordinary, but we're like fun as shit. We have fun at work. Mm-hmm. That's why I said I'm trying to, because I'm writing the manuals, and I want to have not like Sam, because it can't be Sam, because you can't pass that manual to another company. It's got to be office manager, but I don't want to call it a fucking office manager. I want to think of funny ass shit to call the office manager. Like Kaysen's the production manager. I don't want to call him the production manager. I want to call him something funny because that fits our culture. It's like who we are. Like admin, front desk admin, or customer service representative, whatever that position is. I'm not trying to call it the admin. I'm trying to call it like something funny, dude.
But
that's your shit,
dude.
So
all
like,
I could think of was like,
for
Kaysen, I was like, Kaysen's job definitely king dipshit. Like that's what that job's called. And everybody who works under king dipshit is just a dipshit. And I was like, I guess they can't be mean names.
No, they can't be mean. I just think that's like a nice little touch to boring ass manuals, just like something. Because manuals are boring, dude. It's boring. I'm a fucking dork, and I get excited over like trying to think on paper, put on paper everybody's specific job and their specific tasks. Like this is how you set an appointment, and then instructions. I'm like a dork. It gets me excited.
Yeah, I can tell.
You know.
Yep.
But all this shit like it pumps me up way different than I've ever been pumped up about work before.
Well, it's good. 2, 3 years of fucking chaos, and hopefully it's ironed out. It is fucking chaotic.
I mean, dude, if we multiplied February by 12, what we did in February by 12, we're at 16.8. Yeah. So far on the year, if you trend it out, we're at 15.4. So if we do no improvement from here on out, we're 15 to 17 million, somewhere in there. I'll be pissed if we do 17 million. Because that means no improvement from what we did in February, and I felt like February was a little slow. Like I felt there was a week there where like we weren't doing everything we could.
We feel different about February. I wanted to kill myself in February.
Just the production part of it. Yeah. Like I knew there was days Milton could have squeezed another roof in, and we didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was a short month, 29 days. Those 2 days make a fucking difference, boy. Although it was a leap year, we had an extra.
We got a bonus February day.
I didn't know that, and I was in QuickBooks. I was like, oh shit, it's still February. We can do a little more.
We got one more roof. Oh boy.
But all the private equity companies that are coming into roofing, it's like, because roofing's a good business. They've all had success in HVAC, and now they're calling us, trying to buy us. And like, I'm not ready to sell, but I'm talking to them to try to entertain and learn about the whole process. And so far, I've learned they only want 100% retail companies with a local brand and inbound leads, like exactly who we are. Like the good guys doing it the right way. They don't want to do anything with insurance restoration, even if you're like 30% insurance. They may still buy you, but
it's going to be for the 70%.
Your multiple is going to be less because that insurance shit is a risk. Like there may be no insurance work. Our business isn't very risky. The fact that we don't work for any general contractors, not any, but I mean, if you had to put you had to put a percentage on it, it's like 4%, 3%. It's
probably fucking less.
2%. 2% of sales. So like as far as like new construction trends and new construction slows down, that doesn't hit us either. Like we built the perfect business to sell. So if we could start attaching other businesses to us.
Yeah, like in our market, like I try to pay attention when I'm out and about, always. It's like us and 2 others. I see our trucks as much as I see the others I'm looking for. Yeah, there's one of our.
The only one I can say for sure is the yellow ones.
Yeah.
But we just bought 4 more. That's a big difference from if you take the amount of trucks we have on the road and then add 4 plus another trailer,
It's almost double.
plus another dump trailer. It's it's a little less than double. So people think they see us all the time. It's about to get way worse.
Yeah, so is our fucking parking situation.
I think we're like a month
I
away.
see Glenn get pumped up on shit. Like we said in passing that we were moving next door. He's like, I'm getting rid of this or keeping this. I said, no, the offices are going all the way to the back now. I was like, we're going to separate the 2 shops. And he was like, nice.
Dude, I made a video about this a long time ago. No one watches my videos, so it was just a short one, especially back then. But it was about your employees they want to see growth. Everybody wants to be in something that's growing, especially when you got young people. Like, we're pretty young. It's like you're not gonna.
Dude, I'm young as shit.
You're not gonna.
I'm fucking young.
You're not gonna want to like work and stick around somewhere that's just gonna like looks like it's gonna be the same thing for the next 15 years. That's very unexciting.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world where everyone's fucking hot.
Oh, take it easy, Uncle Tommy. Today's world. In today's world.
You never met, this world.
Used to be you could. Now you got it. Today's world. You guys don't fucking know today's world.
Dude, when he started infecting Bryce.
Bryce is 17. He's like, they don't make shit like they used to. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The shit they're making now, they were making when you were born, dude. I had a cell phone when you were born. Funny as shit to hear a kid say that.
Just the employees got to see growth. Yeah. That's important. It's exciting. And the more you grow, the more opportunities there are for other people. So say we start acquiring little guys all over. Well, that opens up all sorts of management, CEO, like all sorts of like cool positions for everybody that's here now.
Yeah. Kaysen's the perfect example of it. Like when he came back,
dude,
and we had the other side. He's like, "What do we need all this for?" I was like, "Because we're not done." Mm-hmm. And then I was like, we said something about like where we're gonna put another truck. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, who's getting another truck? I'm like, another guy, another hire. More people.
We just bought 4 at the same time. And he didn't even question it, so he understands.
Yeah, he learned it. Yeah. But I said it to him. I'm like, it's not done.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think he's good here, dude? We're just done? No. Like we just got to keep.
You said it before. I guess it's a personality thing, but there's some guys that'll do 7-8 million for their whole life and be like, I fucking killed it.
Well, pushing past it's uncomfortable as fuck. Pushing past a successful year is uncomfortable.
You know what's pretty cool? I don't ever feel too satisfied. Like I just said, if we do 17, I'll be kind of bummed. Mm-hmm. I want to hit 20 bad. But it is cool when I sit down with like accountants or like guys at my bank or whoever, and they're like, dude, you're fucking, what is going on? Like, how are you doing this every single year? You fucking double. I remember when I was getting the credit line last year, my bank guy was kind of going back and forth with the underwriters because they didn't want to give me that much. And my bank guy's like, no, you need $500,000. Like, that's what I'm going to get you. But they were going back and forth. And he said the underwriters were like, dude, why is this guy growing so much? Like, this, what can he put?
Because we commit crime.
Right. So
that's what they think.
So like
something's not legitimate.
Yeah.
Here.
So like for the underwriters that deals with this shit all the time and looks at business financials all the time, they're like, this guy's having over 100% growth every single year since he started. There's got to be an explanation. And my bank guy called me and I'm like, dude, I don't know. We're fucking good at it. That's all I had to, we're good. That's all I have to say. But when people that see financials say shit like that, you're like, oh, I guess I'm crushing it. Because you don't really know.
Yeah, the other thing is that I feel like we do a good job with who comes in, like who joins. Mm-hmm. Like everybody who works with us, I really genuinely think likes working with us, which is good. Like you need that. Like you don't want to leave a room and have everybody like that fucking jerk off. Like I've had bosses who have left and I've been like, dude, that guy can suck my dick. Like fuck that guy. There's not a person who works for us who acts like that. Yeah, I'm sure of it. In fact, they're all kind of my buddies.
Dude, it's everybody we deal with too. It's our fucking vendors. It's our dumpsters. It's everybody we work with is like, these guys are the best.
Yeah,
like,
Regina comes in. She's like, I just gotta hug you boys. I'm so proud of you boys.
Yeah, we're like everybody's favorite customer. But if you look at the league we're entering this year of like roofing companies around, like the yellow one's been around since 2001.
Yeah. I mean, and with that amount
2001, dude. We started in 2018.
We got to start hating each other soon.
Apparently he fucks with us. He like watches our videos. He says we're doing a good job. He says we're the only ones. He told somebody that we're the only company that he's watching to like as far as competition. We're the only one.
Good.
We're gonna crush them, dude. They have a terrible reputation.
Someone just told me they sold in August.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody's selling, dude.
And she said
private equity.
She said the guy they sent over was a dipshit. She was like, I got no interest in using them. She's like, whoever he was does not know what
Well,
he's
dude,
talking
that's the thing. All right, so back on the private equity. They're the company that called me that I talk with the most. They're out of San Francisco. They bought 3 roofers in Florida so far. They have I think they said they have $4.5 billion set aside to buy roofing companies. That's a crazy private equity.
Dude, remember?
So that's their plan. So they bought. They're entering the Florida market. They bought a guy in Orlando who has a very successful company. I think they do 30 or 40 million, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. I know him from YouTube and Dimitri and that whole network. I know him. I'm friends with him on Facebook. They bought him first as the platform company, and now they're trying to buy guys like us and latch us on to his system and just kind of have it all run like him.
That's exactly what we got to do is be that guy.
Right. Well, so that's what I've had in my head the whole time, that I'm not that kind of guy. I don't need all that. We're going to have the system and the marketing and do the thing. But then I think about if a company did buy the company we're talking about, you can't just put private equity into a local roofing company and think it's just going to be great. You still got to take care of the customer. You still got to run a good roofing company. So I'm not scared of them, because when I talked to the guy that they had bought in Orlando, I talked to him on Facebook. And he's like, yeah, I joined them. They're a great company. You should come on board. You should really think about it. And in my head, he's like, that's what he said. Private equity is going to be hard to beat. Meaning because they have good relationship with vendors, a lot of money. They can negotiate down pricing. They have a lot of good systems. They probably have call centers. So they have a lot of support and resources.
Right.
But in my head, I'm thinking yeah, but you still gotta be a 5-star roofer. You still gotta do a good job for everybody. You can't just have all this shit in the background, all this corporate shit, and then have the guys on the ground have shitty culture, can't take care of customers, don't know roofing. It doesn't work.
But there is you can get big enough that it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, there's good ones too.
Yeah.
And there's good ones that do it right, for sure.
There's an HVAC company in Pennsylvania that I wouldn't be surprised if somebody bought them by now, or if they hadn't already been bought back then. Every company I ever worked for would just be these motherfuckers when they would see their trucks, known hacks, taking advantage of people, but they are fucking everywhere. They're flying airplanes over Lincoln Financial Field during the Birds games. They're huge.
Yeah.
But everybody who knows anything about the trade is they're fucking hacks. Can't say shit to them, dude. They got a company that spans the entire Northeast. You can't say shit to them.
What is that? Just stupid money on marketing spend, and everybody knows who the fuck you are?
Yeah, that, and at some point...
Because even if you have a bad reputation, not everybody is going to know that this company sucks.
At some point, the 30% of non-thinkers in the world just meet a guy and sign a contract. And if you meet enough of those people,
yeah,
you're good. They're not crazy expensive either.
Yeah, but dude, how many times do you hear a customer say, I would never go with the yellow guys?
All the time.
Yeah, it's a popular opinion at this point. I hear it all the time. Mm-hmm. I got a price from them, but I would never use them. People say that all the time. How do you think you're going to grow a successful company if that's your fucking reputation?
Mm-hmm. They're still out there banging, though. So there's that side of it, too. There's people who think they're the best, period. The hands down. They had the best experience ever. There's just enough who are nah.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. We probably have the best customer experience in the area. There's probably some small guys that
are doing okay.
Yeah, for sure, that we just don't even know about and we don't really hear about.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the bigger names, the more popular names that everybody knows, we're hands down the best customer experience. And we've been working hard as fuck to improve everything, customer experience wise, quality wise, all this. We've been trying to make changes and improve, even though we're probably already the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard because everybody who does sign with us is getting that 5-star experience, but we're trying to improve to get the people who aren't signing with us because they think we're too expensive. I think that's what...
Those are two different things.
Right, but I think anybody who signed up with us and got a roof from us is satisfied.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And the work part is still about to get even better.
Right.
The home protection, the communication, the job preparedness, all that stuff's about to be even better.
Right. So I think that stuff being a part of the reviews for past customers helps to drive new customers, but being able to promise it and deliver it, I think justifies being the premier roofer in the market. But you have to do it.
The constant talk on how to differentiate ourselves. I think the last add-on's going to be big. Have you talked about it?
Too, but dude,
have you talked about it yet?
Twice.
To
the quad.
Yeah.
And to on a follow-up call.
What was that?
It was about warranties.
I just want to know their reaction, like their response.
Well, I asked about warranties, and I said the thing where I say a 7-year warranty, that you could just throw it in the trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, I didn't even consider that." And I was like, "Yeah, like a shitty roof isn't going to leak in 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
It might leak in 8 or 9 years, but it's 7 years for a reason." And then I was like, and on top of that, we're offering this maintenance program, but I don't know, it wasn't a very good. Oh, actually,
but there's some people that and we'll see this in the coming week or whatever. There's some people that when you explain that program to them, it's gonna do it for them. There's some.
Yeah, yesterday
some
when I explained it to the lady with the quad, her eyes lit up like I told her I was taking her on a cruise.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh,
dude, it might force all the other companies to follow us after some point."
I was already worried about that with our 20 years on standing team. I thought everybody was going to start.
Because people are going to not want to pick us because we're more expensive and go back to these guys and tell them about it. So people are going to find out about it. And I think people are like, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think anyone else is going to hear that and be like, I'm not fucking doing that. You crazy?
Yeah, almost anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Dude, but they deserve it. I mean, and if we're going to put a roof on that lasts that long and the fucking boots don't, I wish we had a better system for the boots, but we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, dude. Let's just switch it for him. Who gives a fuck? It takes a guy 20 minutes to switch the fucking boots.
Yeah, dude, we're talking about fucking 15 years from now. We'll just buy 5 pallets of boots, and one guy will come to work every day and go switch fucking boots.
Uh-huh.
And that's his job. Here's your $1,000, brother. Appreciate you.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the guy who drives the fucking tram in downtown Stewart. Did I tell you about this dude? You still haven't been on it, have you? You need a nice, wholesome Sunday afternoon in Stewart with me and my family.
I'm also as fuck now, dude. I'm retired. And now it's beautiful out.
Brother, I hung out with you last weekend and couldn't move for fucking 12 hours, all right?
I like the daytime shit a lot. A lot.
What daytime shit?
On the weekends.
Yeah.
Like a nice Sunday afternoon, being outside, doing whatever. Just sitting somewhere.
Food.
It's so nice.
Yeah, when there's music outside, grab a
right, the nighttime
bevy.
shit's for the birds. When it's this night, what?
Skip beep deep bop boo.
When it's this nice, it's kind of silly to be sitting hungover on a Sunday inside. That's dumb.
Yeah. So anyway, the tram guy in downtown Stewart, they'd like drive you around. They'll pick you up and take you anywhere when you're downtown. He picked us up, and I have the two cutest daughters on planet Earth, so he loves them.
Mm-hmm.
So he had taken us around like twice, and then Bridget's sister and brother-in-law were here, and he took all us out, and he saw us, and I've talked to him a number of times now since. We were walking in downtown Stewart. We were right by Boathouse, and he was up in the parking lot where you first turn in at Spritz, and I just hear some dude going, Matt! And I look over, and he's waving out the top of the tram. He goes, y'all got time for a ride? And we walked over. He'll take us all over the place, but now he does it anytime anyone comes. So my mom's here this week. Mm-hmm. So they're out on the tram. Bridget just texted me and said, Tim, sad you're not here. He wanted me to tell you why. The fucking tram guy loves me.
Uh-huh.
He is the best, though. He knows all the fucking history of like downtown and who bought it, when, and for what, and who they sold it to. The county bought it off of some president in the 20s. Martin County bought it back from a president who owned all of the waterfront downtown in Stewart, and there was like almost nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin County's held on to it for the entire time since. So all the restaurants there, everything that's down there on the waterfront, with the exception of like 2 buildings, everybody pays rent to the county. I said, God damn. That's what we got to do, dude. It's all gone, though, right? Everything's owned by someone now.
Mm-hmm. What are we talking about, dude?
I don't know. Trying to get rich as fuck. What are you going to do when we're rich as hell? I know what I'm doing.
Dude, buy businesses. I'm going to be a private equity guy, I think. I'm going to buy businesses. I think this is going to be the first thing.
How old are you going to be when you retire?
I'm not retiring, dude.
We are different in that way. Yeah, but we talked about this. When did we talk about this? Here last weekend. Like, you're not retiring now, but like wife and kids, maybe one day that changes.
I don't think so, man.
You never know.
I don't think so. I think your work just changes, and like
that, dude. And that I obviously
eventually
think it's
you're
true.
spending a lot more time at home, even though you're still working. you have your meetings, you have your calls, you have all your shit, but it's not leaving the house at 5 a.m. and get home at 7 at night.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
I think the same thing. Like, I say that, but like, it would take me 2 weeks to be like, all right, I gotta fucking do something.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah.
But you would like tinker around their house, do fucking handyman projects.
Yeah, but once that shit's done, dude, I said that to Bridget. I was like, I would like to, like, if money's not a factor at all, I want to build people the exact thing they want. They don't care if it's done in 2 weeks or 2 months, whatever it is. Like, pick it exactly what it is, and I'll do it.
I think growing this roofing company, who the fuck knows how big we get it, and then selling, and then start, like, either partner with the private equity company that buys us or whatever. That'll be like my foot in the door into that world, and then I'll just get into that.
Yeah.
I like business. I like systems. I like business.
You like figuring shit out, which I do too. But like, you like getting into something and making it make sense. Yeah. I know. I like see you do it.
Like,
I'm like, well, I can't talk to him. He's in a fucking bubble right now.
Like trying to get the fucking Zapier to send leads automatically in the job numbers with the specific tasks and like where they need to be in the system, and tracking our booking rate. Like, how many leads are we getting versus how many estimates and appointments are we actually giving out?
Right.
Like, we're getting this many leads, but are we having this many opportunities to sell? Our booking rate's actually high as fuck. 92%. That's really good.
Book it.
But the more Facebook bullshit leads that come in, the worse it's gonna get. Those leads are trash, dude.
Yeah, it's
Facebook
brutal.
leads are trash. But it's a lot of people.
Dude, it's just my dumb head on Facebook. Go ahead.
It's a lot of people seeing who we are, though. So it's similar to like TV commercials.
Dude, you want to see me
for
get
cheaper.
up? You want to see me get upset? Opening my phone and hitting Facebook, and I'm on there like, now let me tell you a little something. I'm like, God damn it! I fucking hate seeing myself.
She filmed Kesley yesterday for like a little Instagram
I
short.
saw, yeah.
And I was busy like on the computer, and she was sitting in the comment on the bench right in front of Kesley, and she was editing the short right there with her volume all the way up, just Kesley over and over again. I was like, Kesley, you ready to kill yourself? She's like, oh my God.
Dude, it's so terrible. I told Sam, I was like, the headshots we did this time, we're using that one for me until I look completely different. If my hair's white, I'll take pictures again. But like, that's just who you're getting. She was like, no, every year. I was like, incorrect. I've looked like this for 5 years. I'm confident in that. I'll look like this in 5 more. Fucking every time I'm like, I'll watch them the first time to see if they're good. And after that, I don't want to see it again. Mm-hmm. It's like I already said it. Now I got to watch me do it.
All right, this is an interesting question. Say you're super rich.
Uh-huh.
Where you living? Because obviously money's not a factor. Where would you live? Money, no factor. But still around here. Around here. You're not going to move to a different state or a different country. Like around here.
My neighborhood on the water. I love my fucking
over there.
neighborhood. Yep. My neighborhood, but I'd try to get to the water on a bigger piece of land. I've said this before. I don't want like a fucking giant house. I don't think that's like good for your core family shit. Mm-hmm. But a little bit of a bigger house. Yeah. Like your wife can't be on the opposite side of the house and your kids are on a separate floor. Like if everyone can get all the way away from each other, it's not good.
Yeah.
Like I like to.
But also, I think that's the family it is though, because like that's how we grew up. No, we didn't fucking hang out with nobody. We were all just wherever. I usually wasn't home, but they were separated, and our house wasn't giant. I don't think it's the house. I think it's just the family.
Yeah, dude, think about your parents' house. Like the living room, and then your bedrooms are upstairs. Your dad had the basement. There was space to get away from everyone everywhere.
So you want tight.
No, but like I think 2,400 square feet is like pushing it for too big for me and my family.
That's what this is.
Yeah, so like I would like to have a master on one side, common areas in the middle, and the kids on the other side with like obviously a den or something somewhere.
Yeah, so it's just like one common area.
Yeah, like there doesn't need to be multiple family rooms and options to get the fuck away from dad every time you're at the house. I would like a hug and a kiss when I get home, please.
Yeah, I'm in a guest room that nobody uses.
Yeah, right. Like all that, none of that stuff. Like I walk into houses, dude.
Yeah, but dude, there's some families that just like hanging out with each other.
True.
Like Saturday night, they'll do fucking movies in the living room. They'll play games, and there's other families that don't do that shit.
Right.
I don't think you have one of those families that wouldn't do that shit.
I agree. Because like,
although the girls ain't teenagers yet, I think you go through a phase during.
I know, but I think it comes down to your parents. Because when I think about my friends who I think had like the best home life, their parents had good like relationships that I still look at. And I'm like, that's good.
Yeah.
Like the Custer's parents are such wholesome, like lovely people.
Right.
And that like going to their house, it was like we would want to hang around Big Dave. Or like, you know, it's not like some friends' moms walk in the room when you're a teenager and you're like,
yeah.
fuck.
Uh-huh.
It was never like that there. And they're wholesome as shit, those boys. But yeah, like I would like to be on the water, the big water, not a canal, the big water. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of canals in my neighborhood, which those houses are nice.
Gotta
but like,
be the big water.
The big water's the ticket.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it, dude. Like I would just like I like where we're at if we're staying around here. Like Sewell's Point, obviously beautiful houses and shit. Not for me.
Fuck the neighbors.
Yeah. The neighbors, the community, the fucking dick who comes over and he's like, you're not allowed to have a sign in your yard. I'm like, I'm not allowed to have assholes in my yard either.
Yeah,
fuck out of here, Dan.
I say it all the time. The way Rod did it, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You're private.
Yeah, Rod's house is great.
Nobody can see you.
Yep.
You're on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking nice size house. Everything's nice in there. The backyard's fucking.
That is the other thing.
Yeah, the backyard.
My backyard, if there's no conversation for dollars and cents, is going to be. People are never going to want to leave. I'm going to have to be like, you gotta fucking go. It's time to go.
Yeah, having a nice backyard is the ticket. On
Like,
the water, you get the views, the sunset.
I want the covered area to be like patio, bar, golf simulator,
kitchen,
outdoor
kitchen.
That's what I mean by bar.
Yeah,
all that, and then like a full kitchen, like a full kitchen, but outside. Like there's an island, and then putting green off to the side, a little fun house in the back you can go in, pool.
Dude, you're saying is not that much money.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need that much money.
You're close to that. It's not like you want a fucking $10 million house in Selfish Point.
Truthfully, I don't like $10 million house.
You probably want like an $800,000 to $1 million house.
Yeah.
And make it sick.
Yeah.
And have it be worth $2 because it's on the water.
Truthfully, I would like to build it though.
Yeah.
I want to pick it. Like, I don't want to go in and make a house.
Do you find lots or is it just knockdown's at that point for what you want?
Yeah, the lots are $1 million.
Yeah, so you'll pay about $1 million for a piece of shit house on a nice. But I
could build the house. I mean, the backyard I want 500 G's. That's it.
Yeah, you could probably build.
But the house I could
house.
build for. Yeah, I could build the house for 800.
Yeah. Yeah, so dude, you're not that far away.
No, I think it's reasonable to think that within a decade it's feasible. You know.
Yeah.
Which would be sick. I'll be fucking.
Dude, what person? Is there like a general rule of what percentage of your income your mortgage should be to make sure that you can afford it? What do they say?
Your salary should be 30% of the house you can afford, or something like that.
So if you make $100,000 a year, you can buy a house for $300,000. Yeah, I mean,
it might be more than 30.
Nah, but that's probably about right.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
responsible. Yeah, that's responsible.
And then some people overstretch a little bit, but that sounds
everybody
like
overstretches a little bit. No one's. That's not true. Most people aren't 100% comfortable in the house they buy and move into. They grow into being comfortable in it.
Yeah.
And then once they're comfortable, they're like, where's all the stress? I should buy a bigger house. It just end up fucking themselves in perpetuity forever. I forget what it is.
So you should be making $300,000, $350,000 if you want to buy $1 million house, as far as paying the mortgage on it.
Yeah. Either that.
Yeah, dude, that sounds.
Either that, or you just have fucking 50% to put down, and you're mortgaging half of it.
That sounds right. Maybe we'll build your house before mine.
I don't know if we're ever going to build you a house, brother.
What do you mean?
You might just have to move from condo to condo forever.
I don't know why I would leave here, dude.
You shouldn't.
You know?
You should not. It would be so fucking dumb for you to leave. I would be upset with you.
Yeah, it's like, where would I, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
I'm 5 minutes from the office.
And being around here, my dad called me the other day. He's like, how far are you from your office? I was like, I don't know, I think like 7 or 8 minutes.
Uh-huh.
He's like, how far is Andy? I was like, probably 7 or 8 more minutes.
Uh-huh.
He was like, he's like, is work like close to the beach? I said, yeah, we're all like, 10 minutes from the beach. I said, Andy's like 5 minutes from the beach if he's walking.
5? Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta get down there, son. I was like, yeah, you should.
Uh-huh. He rides bikes, doesn't he?
He used to. He would get on a bike.
He would?
Oh, yeah. I think he would.
That'd be cool.
I watched my dad jump a fucking dirt bike in flip-flops one time and dump it. And then the fucking bike hit the side and bounced up and the wheels were still turning. So it started chasing him. So he's running in flip-flops from a dirt bike. Dude, I might have been like 5.
That's funny because when we went, remember I went to the Airbnb dirt bike track with Wally that day? Wally's dad came out, just as old as your dad, and was fucking ripping, dude. Falling, all sorts of shit. Wally's like, Dad, you gotta take it easy.
Dad. What are you doing?
That day was fun. I think we should wrap it up. We're just talking bullshit now. But
no, we're talking about getting rich. And that was the whole point of the episode. That's what we're trying to do here.
I just realized what time it is, and I want to work out. Is the truth of it.
Oh, my mom's here.
We had some good shit.
No, this is a good one.
The private equity and building a 9-figure business is really cool, though.
Yes.
It's very cool. It's a very cool motivation. It's something I think about. I'm always thinking about like how to get there, the systems, what people do I need, what current people do we have, what would they do? It's cool. I haven't had this in a while. Like I said, I felt like I was in we were always working, and I was always working. Always. Like, it's not like I stopped working. But I was in celebration mode there for like a little bit. I don't know how long.
Dude, it's good to hit that every now and then.
Celebration mode's stupid though. What are you celebrating for, dude? You haven't done shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just lost I was always running away from this. I was running away from who I was, and then it was clear that I didn't have to run from that guy anymore. It's over. I'm gone. And then I didn't have like the aim yet. It was always like, oh, just keep going to business. I don't know.
Sometimes it is fucking good though to just be like, you know, I don't have to do anything. I'm going to, but I don't have to do anything.
I don't like myself as much in that mode.
Well, dude, I have the problem at
like,
my own house.
Yeah, I feel like a scumbag.
I'll do shit at my house that I should have just fucking paid a guy for. Like, dude, somebody would have moved all that fucking stone and leveled all that shit for my pool for like $400. I fucking broke my back but I'm like, I'm not no bitch, dog.
Oh, dude, you know what I just thought of?
2 guys slap boxing.
No, I was just thinking that like I don't have that problem anymore. I pay everyone to do everything for me because I would just want to have my time for what I want my time for. This morning I threw all my bedclothes and all my towels in the back of my seat to take them to the laundromat. I never went. Now it's just sitting in the back of my seat.
You know what you're doing? Going to the hotel, buddy. Enjoy spa night. Get yourself a massage.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a great idea. Go to the spa for the night. See if they got a room. It's a fucking 5-minute drive. That's exactly what I would do.
That's a great
I'm
idea.
telling you, this guy can't think for himself at all. Tune in next week to see what he's never thought of before.